I interviewed your buddy Ryan Reynolds, and he said there probably won't be another standalone Deadpool movie. And then he stopped and he said,
I continue to do full court press for Hugh Jackman to come back to no avail as of yet. Yeah, God knows he's just been failing constantly since Wolverine.
Have we seen the last of Wolverine?
Oh, Wolverine will be back. Someone's going to play him. I don't know.
Not
who.
you, though.
No, but Ryan he's relentless. He keeps coming back to me in all these ways, shape, and form. And I said, well, you know, I just don't think the world really wants to see Deadpool with Wolverine. I mean, maybe a cameo from Deadpool. I just think everyone's over it with Deadpool. I don't know.
His argument then was that he thought he'd give a little boost to your career.
Oh, really?
By putting you in a movie.
It's
he
nice.
was concerned about you.
He's throwing me a bone. Got it. You know that term DAG I mentioned? The DAG is a goofball. Would you say a goofball in American, right? You would say a goof. You're such a DAG, Ryan.
Hey, it's me. Don't scratch. Just cleaning up the timelines. Look, eventually, you're gonna hang up the claws, and it's gonna make a lot of people very sad.
Huh?
But one day, your old pal Wade's gonna ask you to get back in the saddle again. And when he does, say yes.
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds dropping a couple of Deadpool Wolverine bombs that we have to break down. They confirm a couple really big things during this, even though it seems like they're just having fun, so I'll explain what's going on. There's a new round of that game giveaway for Red Dead Redemption or the Spider-Man PS4 game. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a Marvel-related comment on the video. I'll name a new winner at the end of this. Mostly this is about Hugh Jackman talking about returning as Wolverine in some form or another, like he's shooting down some ideas, but he's saying yes to a couple other things. But it's also about Ryan Reynolds confirming that they're probably not going to do any more solo Deadpool movies, which just blows my mind. But it does kind of fit with what everyone at Disney, everyone at Fox, Ryan Reynolds, Kevin Feige have been saying for the past few months while the Fox-Disney deal slowly closes and they get all those X-Men and Fantastic Four characters back. So let's unpack all this. Number 5, Hugh Jackman confirms that there probably will be a Wolverine cameo in an upcoming Deadpool movie. Right now, just, based on what Ryan Reynolds says, when he says Deadpool movie, he's just talking about a movie that Deadpool is headlining, not necessarily a Deadpool solo movie. Because it sounds like what Ryan Reynolds is meaning when he says there won't be another Deadpool solo movie is that Deadpool will only appear in team-up movies from here on out, which is good and bad for a lot of reasons. 4, that movie right now that's on the docket is Drew Goddard's X-Force. So obviously that's a team-up movie, which is currently Fox's last X-Men movie that it's working on before the Fox-Disney deal closes. Quick timeline, right now Dark Phoenix and New Mutants are already pretty much done. They're just polishing them a little bit. They'll release them next year, but they'll be released by Disney, so it'll be Fox movies released by Disney. So it's sort of an in-between period. Normally, X-Force would be like a full Disney Kevin Feige movie, but because Fox put that into development, it signed all the contracts with the actors, the writers, the directors, it sounds like they're just going to let them make that movie. Kevin Feige will probably just take a producer credit and oversee it just to make sure that they don't run into any problems. Like, you're great, you're in your own universe, you're doing your own thing, report back to me for your next assignment when you're done with this. Because any future movie that Ryan Reynolds wants to do as Deadpool after X-Force, he will have to pitch to Kevin Feige first. A lot of people have been asking about Deadpool showing up in an Avengers film. The interesting thing is that the Disney CEO has been mentioning that more than anyone else, more than Kevin Feige. Like, oh yeah, Deadpool and the Avengers, that would be great. And if the CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, really likes an idea, usually down the road you see someone try to make that work. 3, Hugh Jackman is having a lot of fun with Ryan Reynolds during this interview. Like when he says, the world is over, Deadpool and Wolverine together, nobody wants that. Like he gives this deadpan delivery like he's totally serious. But he's really joking because he knows that everyone wants to see Wolverine and Deadpool team up. The real reason why you did not see him cameo during Deadpool 2 is mostly just a practical scheduling thing, because of course Ryan Reynolds tried to get him to cameo. He was busy with pre-production on the Frontrunner movie that they released a little while ago where he plays this political candidate running for office. That was all happening while they were doing principal photography for Deadpool 2 last summer. So if you haven't been following Hugh Jackman on social media, most of the early part of 2018 this year when they were polishing Deadpool 2, doing reshoots and all that stuff, when you would normally have a couple days to slip Hugh Jackman in for a Wolverine or a Hugh Jackman meta cameo, Hugh Jackman was running all over the world promoting The Greatest Showman, his other big movie that they released December in 2017. There was this really strange box office behavior for that Greatest Showman movie, so Fox kept sending him all over the world promoting the film for months. So physically, he just wasn't able to spend the time to do a Deadpool cameo. That is why you saw Ryan Reynolds lean so hard on those Wolverine-Logan jokes at the beginning of Deadpool 2, like the little music box, the verbal joke about how he was going to top Wolverine's ending. You kill yourself, I'm going to do it way better than you did, Wolverine.
Fuck Wolverine. First, he rides my coattails with the R rating. Then, the hairy motherfucker ups the ante by dying. What a dick.
We also got that post-credit scene from the extended edition where he talks a little bit about, hey, your friend Ryan Reynolds is going to ask you to cameo in a movie. Make sure you say yes. Mostly all in response to Hugh Jackman just being too busy to actually cameo in Deadpool 2. Like, we're going to try this again when we do another Deadpool movie. That next movie is going to be X-Force. 2, a lot of you will remember, Hugh Jackman has previously said that he'd love to come back as Wolverine on the condition that it be for a big Avengers MCU movie. This is a clip of him referencing that.
It's interesting because for the whole 17 years, I kept thinking that'd be so great. Like, I would love to see, particularly Iron Man or the Hulk and Wolverine together. Every time I saw an Avengers movie, I could just see Wolverine in the middle of them, like punching them all on the head. And I thought, but it was like, oh, well, that's not going to happen. And it was interesting, just when I first saw that headline, it was just a possibility of it, and who knows what's going to happen. I was like, hang on.
That's actually from an interview about a year ago when they had first started talking about the Fox-Disney deal. It was still pretty early, but it seems like he's still pretty adamant, or adamantium if you want to make Wolverine puns, that he won't headline another big film as Wolverine, just something smaller, which is where all this cameo talk is coming from. All of the current interviews that he's been doing, especially this interview here, is that when you see Wolverine with the Avengers as a main character in a big film as a huge part of the story, it'll be another character, like a younger actor will be recast because they're rebooting the universe. And even though we do have Laura X-23, she's still way too young to completely take the mantle. And because this is such a big deal, Disney getting all the X-Men characters back, you're not going to undercut that by not doing Wolverine at all. You might just wait a little while to introduce him. So number 1, pretty easy slam dunk. The early pitch for actual Hugh Jackman appearing in future films right now is just in X-Force as a joke because Deadpool is so meta, the timeline doesn't have to make sense. Logan was such a beautiful film and such a great bookend for the character in the Fox Marvel films that if you're going to have him appear in present day, it won't make sense without that full reboot of the X-Men and Fantastic Four characters, and that's going to take a little while before they're ready for that. So early prediction, just in the name of sanity, Hugh Jackman cameos in X-Force, they turn it into a big joke, everybody loves it, and it doesn't cause any continuity problems and doesn't undercut the emotional ending that he got in Logan. Then after Kevin Feige reboots the X-Men completely with new actors, a ways down the road, you reintroduce a new version of Wolverine that they've recast in an Avengers movie, Spider-Man Civil War style. We're getting into multiverse stories during Phase 4. Then, really big moment, 8 to 10 years down the road, when they're ready for like another big Infinity War level event, they do Avengers Secret Wars. You have a bunch of different realities colliding with each other, so you have alternate universe versions of characters that can be on screen together, but you also use it to bring back Hugh Jackman as an alternate universe Old Man Logan from his real X-Men timeline. There's a whole bunch of trailers coming in the next week. I know everybody's waiting for Avengers 4 trailer. Leave your requests in the comments below. Congratulations, Pepino Cucumber. You're the giveaway winner for my last big Marvel video. Please email me on the About page of my channel. Click here to rewatch that Once Upon a Deadpool Christmas trailer, and click here to learn all about the Venom sequel. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome, and happy Thanksgiving.